obviously you mentioned Kate Moss. So was that kind of, like you say, when it becomes a tabloidy type thing, was that a bit of a catalyst for things getting a bit strange?
For me, it was, yeah. It wasn't Kate, because she was lovely. Like, there were so many people hanging around. As long as I got to see the three boys, I was happy. But yeah, the tabloids were just making him out to be this junky monster kind of thing. You know, all these horrible photos of him going on the front page and Kate's going out with this guy. And I felt very protective because I love them like my brothers. And I didn't like anyone saying horrible things, you know, but it just taken a turn. It just felt out of control. The fun of it had sort of started to go. The gigs were getting bigger. The venues were bigger. There was talk of an album. And I just couldn't see that we were being steered in the right direction. I didn't see that we were being steered in any direction, to be honest, with the management. And also, sidelined, I just hated seeing the way that they were being portrayed, or us, not so much me and Lucky, but I just didn't like that tabloid mess that had started to build around the band. And like I said, I was very young and I'd had a great time, and I felt that to go in and record the album when I was not 100% comfortable in all the directions, I just felt it was too much of a commitment to record the album and then change my mind about being in the band. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, yes, quite a sensible decision.
Yeah.
Well, a mature decision.
I was only young.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
But I just knew I didn't feel, unless we had different management, and yeah, I couldn't see it going in that way. And I felt, you know, I've had the most amazing time. I'd rather leave at the top rather than start to feel sour, let the whole experience sour for me. Yeah, so that's why. I mean, it wasn't a quick decision, and it certainly wasn't very easy, because I love them so much, and being in a band is like a marriage, and I've never got over that. Do you know what I mean? But it was right for me as a drummer, and it worked out. Do you know what I mean? For Adam, Adam took over, but then you see, I saw them loads. I went to see him play, and as much as I was like, oh, where's a nice song? Oh, I love this song. Oh, when we did it, but it was great because then I could see them as a fan rather than, you know, imagining. So it worked out well in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, just one more thing on that. Like, I was reading the letter or the statement that you posted that just said, like, the management that kind of Peter chose and you thought was actually kind of destroying him and the band. Yeah. What you've obviously kind of described what you meant, but what did you really mean by that?
Be careful. Like I said, I didn't feel that the band was being looked after. So a management could deflect or mold the stories that are going out, or there was quite a lot of bad press and nothing to do with the music or Peter as the talent. It was more the circus. And I believe that we could have even taken a month to go and record the album, a month away from the press. Don't tell the press. You know, do you see what I mean? I believe that there was a way around the mess that was building. And I was on my own in those beliefs. Do you know what I mean? I did speak to the boys about it, the management, and I think, like I said, the sparkle had just started to wear off for me, and I could see a bigger picture that I wasn't 100% about being part of, if you see what I mean. So it was nothing against the boys, the music, the band, everything about that was it for me. I was in for the lifetime. But it's never like that. There's always so much more going on around the band. And but like I said, it worked out perfectly for everybody, because Shambles went on and recorded the album and did some amazing gigs and tours and whatever. And I continue playing and went back to the suffragettes and had a great time. But it could have been so different.
Yeah, I mean, when I asked for questions, a few people did ask, in hindsight, do you feel like you left at the right time or whatever?
Yeah. I would have liked to have recorded the album, to have put a year's worth of work into it and touring it and creating it. Like, I was there at the beginning. I would have liked to now be able to look back on the album. And actually the only official recordings that I did was Kilimanjaro, Man Who Came to Stay. But not the album, which is one, it's not a regret. I don't really like regrets. I rather than regret, I look back and think I would have liked to have been on the album. But I didn't. And do you know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason. And I still love them with all my heart. And I'm the biggest fan of Babyshambles because I still watch what we did constantly. I love it. Like, it's great. I can't believe that I did all of that stuff and we did all that. We achieved that. That was great. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, move on to some questions then, because you mentioned that Kilimanjaro recording, and Cole on Instagram said, how was it working with Paul Epworth for that single?
That man is a legend. He is. I would have pushed for him to do the album because he just got us. He got the band 100%. We spent ages working on the drum sound. He said that I was too nice at the intro, the dun, 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 dun of Kilimanjaro. When we first played it, he was like, it's a great tune, but you need to hit the hell out of those drums. I was like, alrighty then. You don't have to tell me twice. But we worked ages on that intro, and he managed to harness a fantastic vocal track with Peter. I still think that actually Man Who Came to Stay is one of his best vocal tracks I've ever heard him do. Fantastic. But that was at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, it took a long time to get that moment. Paul Epworth is such a good guy, such a lovely bloke. And then he went on to just be this like global superstar, didn't he?
Yeah.
So cool. But yeah, to now say, I worked with Paul Epworth, he was great. There's some video footage of that recording time somewhere. I'm sure I've seen it on YouTube.
Ah, cool, yeah.
Yeah, us little messing about in the control room. Yeah, but no, he did get some really good work out of us.
Yeah, I think Patrick said he'd like to have heard his version of the album, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I would love to have worked that album with Paul. He was great.